Rand comes back to a 2-1 count. This one off the end of the bat into shallow left, hanging up and dropping in front of Jackson. Furious wave at third for Quattrani. Jackson grabs it in front of the fence. Just now picked up. Quattrani scores. Tie game. That one hit back up the middle, past the diving glove of Lane. Schmidt comes in, stop sign late for Lopez at third. Station to station again, and the Doors have tied it. Another RBI for Kent Schmidt at 7-7 from taking the lead. It's Adrian Lopez at third, Mike Anu at second. Now Kent Schmidt at first. Now a grounder from Quattrani. That's going to get through. Lopez scores easily. There's a throw, play at the plate, news in, and the Commodores have the lead back. A 2-run single for Mark Quattrani. Halfway home at Gov Fuller Field, it's a brand new ball game. Chatham's got a 5-1 lead over Falmouth, where we've seen some controversy down the third base line back in that marathon of a top of the fifth inning. But it's back-to-back games for the Commodores where 5-run innings have plagued them, and this is the exact same score it was before the bottom of the fifth last night at Hyannis before the game was called after 5 full due to fog. Charlie Foster back out to the mound for the Anglers to face 9-1-2 of the Commodores lineup. Newstrom, Carl Schmidt, and Adrian Lopez.
That's deja vu again for the Commodores. You mentioned that 5-1 loss at Hyannis yesterday. In that one, the bottom of the third, Harbrock's plate 5 at McKeon Park. And now in the top of the fifth, it's the Anglers repaying it by giving the Commodores 5 runs there for this 5-1 margin. And that's just concentrated hitting for Commodores pitchers that struggled to get out of innings. That's what we saw there between the Porco and Badesco pairing last half inning.
Well, Neustra comes up to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning. And it's interesting, it was very similar. We talked about it was 12 up, 12 down before that marathon of an inning here. Today, his first pitch to Neustrom's outside. Yesterday, it was 6 up, 6 down. Actually 8 up, 8 down before all 5 runs came with 2 outs in that bottom third. It was the bottom third at McKeon Park. Now at Gov Fuller Field, a 1-0 count for Neustrom. And a breaking ball at his knees. First strike one. Neustrom still looking for his first official at bat of the day. He walked in the third inning. Actually got stranded on base. Falmouth put a couple on after an Adrian Lopez single as well. You want to talk about more deja vu. 5-1 in the same exact spot. 5 runs all coming in one inning for the opponent. And the 1 run being a solo home run from Ken Schmidt.
Hey,
the same thing last night as it was today.
Is it Groundhog Day here at Gov Fuller Field?
It must be. And both of those Ken Schmidt home runs came in the 4th inning. That's ball up. That feels like that solo home run was such a long time ago, but it literally was last inning at the bottom of the 4th. The bottom 4th inning took a decent amount of time as well. Solo home run and a walk. Then Charlie Foster really settled in. Got a ground out, strikeout, and pop up to end the bottom of the 4th inning. Slow grounder picked up late by Gallagher. A throw across the diamond. Had to get it quickly, and he will do so for out number 1.
Broken bat piece of contact for Neustrom. Thought that one might have actually had a chance of going over the head of Jake Hanley. Then you forgot that the Indiana first baseman's 6'6".
Yes, he's one of the biggest first basemen in the Big Ten. Used that on the basketball court like we talked about earlier.
And apparently to get buckets against you in JV practice at Mason, Ohio?
Yeah, maybe in practice. I didn't see a whole lot of playing time in real games. That's definitely not as much as Jake did. Fastball, bit off the plate for ball 1.
That's one of the coolest things of just sports in general, being such a small world. 2 kids from Mason, Ohio, just reuniting in Falmouth, Massachusetts in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Lefty on righty matchup in a 1-0 count. This is a called strike on the outer part of the plate now to Carl Schmidt. Going into his redshirt sophomore season at Cal. He's going to stay there after redshirting at Texas A&M that first year. Will be his 2nd year at Berkeley in the upcoming fall. Watches the 1-1 go low. Someone who, kind of like the 2-hitter for Chatham today, Chase Gallagher. Carl Schmidt, someone who just played better as the lights got brighter. Had a 3-run home run against a very good Wake Forest team in the ACC tournament this past year. But today he's just 0 for 2. Couple of ground outs, both to the left side of the infield. But he's got a hitter's 3-1 count. with 1 out and nobody on base. Change up below the knees for ball 4. 5-pitch walk to Carl Schmidt, and Commodores have their first base runner at the bottom of the 5th. It's a Falmouth team that doesn't have a comeback of more than 2 runs this season, so see if they can start to change that. Usually the best way to go about it is get a couple of those 2-run innings to start to chip away a little bit. Again, their lone home run comes on a solo shot. Now Adrian Lopez with a runner on first and 1 out.
Commodores so far this season, 1-1 in one-run games as well. That loss a week ago, 4-3 versus the Armageddon Red Sox. And then, as we've been mentioning, the 1-0 win over the Chatham team on opening day.
Throw over to first. It is weird that so many of these games have been so low scoring, but they've only played 2 one-run games this year. It just feels like the last 3 innings of games, either the Commodores or whoever they're playing has just kind of broken it open in those last 3 innings, giving some insurance. Now the first pitch to Lopez, back up the middle, a hard hit, base hit. That's his 3rd of the day, and the Commodores will put another one in scoring position, a couple on base. So Schmidt's turned a couple double plays. He's got himself 3 base hits. His mouth started randomly bleeding when he was running onto the field today with everything for the USC rising senior.
Yeah, first 3-hit game on Cape Cod for Adrian Lopez. I mentioned the USC shortstop who pieced together really nice. Again, a 332 average in his first year at USC. That was over 100 points higher than his freshman year at Long Beach State. Now in game number 7, that first 3-hit game is out of the way.
Commodores trying to capitalize with men on base. First and second, just 1 out. It's Mike Anu who swings through the first pitch high in the zone. Wanted all of it, but goes down 0-1. He's 0 for 2 today. And that fielder's choice back in the first inning where ball was dropped at second and then struck out swinging his last time up. The power numbers have come with a little bit higher strikeout numbers as well, as kind of the modern era of baseball is heading that direction. Change up, called strike. Leonard Part now 0-2. Foster, the second pitcher for Chatham that comes from Mississippi State today. It's their 3rd total. And Foster is someone who only had 7 appearances in his freshman year, but was really good in them. A 1.59 ERA. Did have 1 decision. It was a loss. 0-2 throwaway pitches inside. Faced some pretty good teams, too. SEC opponents. Late in the year, Texas, Missouri, and A&M. And he also got an appearance in the regional against Florida State. A really good one, 2 1/3. Didn't give up a run. Change up low into the dirt for ball 2.
It's going to be a really exciting team to follow in the SEC under first-year coach Brian O'Connor, coming over from Virginia. The biggest storylines and headlines already in the coaching carousel across collegiate baseball.
Yeah. Foster just had 6 appearances going into the postseason, so it's kind of a surprise to see him get those innings, but taking advantage of it. New fouls it off his foot, and he'll shake it off, keep the 2-2 count. Didn't even give up a base hit. It was just the 3 walks with 4 strikeouts. And 17 total Ks this spring. And the 2-2 is low again. So Foster runs the count up on New. A walk and a single already in this inning after a solo home run and a walk last inning. So Foster's already let 4 on base in just the 4 outs recorded. And lefty fires the payoff home, and New hits it sky high, foul territory. The catcher Fralick going back towards the netting. That's going to be out of reach, out of play. And Mike Adu is quietly putting together a pretty good at-bat.
And he loudly had a very great start to this Cape League season, a 250 average for New. Remember, still tied for first on Cape Cod with 3 home runs that he had in 3 consecutive games. That's now been over a week, though, in those games against Orleans, Brewster, and Orleans, respectively. This would be a great time to have one and make this a 1-run game.
It's got a couple runners on, and the 8th pitch of the AB. Sitting to a similar spot this time. Now the third baseline, Gallagher going towards the Chatham dugout, and again out of play near the inflatable dinosaur. He's just everywhere today. behind that third base dugout.
Hard to miss him. You see him right there on our first base shot from Boone Gross, our videographer.
It's going to be a pretty hot day in the inflatable, too. I guess it is getting cooler, but it was 80 degrees at first pitch.
It has to be hot in there regardless.
Yeah.
We're in the end of June, beginning of July.
Yeah. Our third member of the crew, Andrew Delapiana, spoke to Micah New in that pregame interview before the game. Another payoff pitch, hit hard down the third base line. Jackson looking up at it, going back, and that ball's gone. Falmouth's right back into this game with Micah New's fourth bomb of the season. He is now by himself, and the Cape Cod Baseball League lead with 4 of them. 93 miles an hour off the bat. That one went 355, and it's back to a one-run game.
The starting lineup looks like this. Devin Taylor lead off and play left field. Batting second and playing third base, Josh Pine, followed by Nick Mitchell. 3-0 comes in, get me over fastball down the middle of the zone, 3-1. 4, 5, 6 in the lineup goes Tyler Cerny, Joey Brancheski, Brock Tibbetts back at first base, and then Carter Matheson, Jake Stadler, and Jason Oliver to round things out. And Devin Taylor will get it started with a 3-1 single into left. Mike Bolton picks it up, throws into the infield, and Indiana's got a leadoff base runner.
And that is exactly why Jeff Mercer has moved Devin Taylor up to the leadoff spot. He's so hard to handle in that spot. You can't pitch around him because you don't want to start the game as an opposing pitcher with the leadoff walk. So he finds his way into hitters' counts, and then he does that. He singles you, he gets on base, or he can hit a home run. We saw a single right there from Taylor. It's just so hard to attack him to start the game.
Nobody out to start this game at the top of the first. One runner on, that's Devin Taylor at first now, and Josh Pine, who went 2 for 5 yesterday, will take a first pitch breaking ball on the outside corner. That 2 for 5 day finally gets him back to the 300 batting average point. He is a career 300 hitter here at Indiana. Fastball hit to left field again. This time at Bolton, he'll go over to his left, and he'll dive and make the play. Devin Taylor was halfway to second. He'll have to retreat back to first. A spectacular play made by the speedy Mike Bolton Jr.
We've seen Bolton and Taylor try and outdo each other defensively a lot this series. Devin Taylor made a diving catch yesterday. Mike Bolton getting Taylor back, keeping him at first base by making that diving catch there.
First out of the inning, first out of the game, the 3-hitter Nick Mitchell will try to keep the inning going. He went 2 for 5 yesterday with a couple of RBIs, got back into a groove after a rough Friday. Uncharacteristic from him, 3 strikeouts. Take another breaking ball in the outside corner. Beautiful first pitch. We saw it to Josh Pine as well. Lewinsky has not had the most successful season. We talked about the ERA over 7. His opponents are hitting over 300 against him on the year, but he's been used as the Purdue Sunday starter the last 3 weeks. Another check over to first, and Devin Taylor's in there without a problem.
Ben, you mentioned the opponent average against. When runners are actually on base against Owinski, that average goes up to 417. He has difficulty not allowing snowball innings. Once he allows a runner on, it tends to snowball from there.
Mitchell fouls one to the left side hard and out of play. It's the giant glove, the Purdue glove they have over there. Inflatable. I don't know if it's inflatable or a large plastic glove. But last time out, Nowinski was sufficient. He went 4 2/3 against Northwestern, gave up 2 hits and 2 earned runs. 0-2 count here on Mitchell. Fastball outside. Kind of a throwaway pitch. Before that, 3 1/3 innings against East Tennessee State, where he only gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits. And he threw 1 inning against Michigan State a few weekends ago, where he only gave up 1 run. So he's been better as of late. 1-2. Fastball outside again, evens the count.
And this is where Nick Mitchell gets tough for opposing pitchers. He still has less strikeouts than walks on the season. When he gets into those 2-strike counts, he has no problem shortening up and trying to take a ball the other way.
Nowinski eyeing Devin Taylor at first. There's 1 out of the inning here in the top of the first. 1 runner on base in the 2-2 count. Mitchell grounds one to the right side. Right at Gill at second base. Flip to second in time. There will be no throw to first. Good play by Ty Gill getting the lead runner.
And again, we see no slide there from Devin Taylor into second base. That's a couple of times this weekend that he hasn't slid into second base. It didn't cost him or the Hoosiers on that one. But the speedy Nick Mitchell is probably not going to be gotten at first base given how softly that ball was hit.
So Mitchell replaces Taylor at first, but Indiana now down to their Last out in the top of the first, Tyler Cerny is the cleanup hitter for Indiana. He's been the cleanup hitter for the last few weeks for the Hoosiers. Hit a bunch of different spots of the lineup this season. Started the season mostly hitting second, then you saw him in the middle of the lineup 5 or 6. But he is the team's leader in runs batted in, and that's the big reason they like him in this cleanup spot. A fastball in the outside corner called strike 1.
Cerny's really been Indiana's most consistent hitter this season, especially with Brock Tibbetts on the shelf for a handful of weeks.
0-1, hit high in the air but foul down to the right side.
So a little bit out in front of that pitch was Cerny. A good breaking ball there from Owinski. He's going to try and stay away probably from that fastball for the most part. This is an Indiana team that crushes the fastball.
He's third on the team in home runs with a total of 8 this year after leading the team in RBIs. He's down at 0-2 hole with 2 outs, a runner on first base at the top of the first. Owinski deals from the stretch, fastball in the dirt. First ball of the count. Owinski's got a large frame. He stands at 6'2" according to his roster. And he's got a decent velocity on that fastball, but he really likes to use his breaking ball down in the zone. Out of the stretch again, set of the belt on the 1-2. Fastball just outside. Purdue fans thought it was strike 3, but home plate umpire today, Perry Costello, wasn't having it. Even 2-2 count now with 2 outs. Now it's Nick Mitchell standing at first base. Breaking ball low, counts run full. Tyler Cerny has battled back after going down 0-2. Big payoff pitch coming with Joey Brancheski standing on deck. He's had the first RBIs of the game in the last 2 games here in West Lafayette for Indiana. Payoff home. Hit hard down the left field line. That's going to get through for a base hit. Mitchell is rounding second. He was on his way. It was an action pitch. He'll get to third on the single to the left side for Tyler Cerny. They're on the corners.
This Indiana lineup is so difficult to navigate, and as you alluded to just a moment ago, Ben, Joey Brancheski coming up to the plate. He's delivered Indiana's first 2 RBIs in each of the first 2 games of this weekend series. We talked to him yesterday. He said the mojo and the motto in the dugout, despite Indiana struggling against Luke Wagner yesterday, was just to understand that they're still the best hitting team statistically in the Big Ten Conference. We'll see if Brancheski can come through here.
Nick Mitchell's on third. Tyler Cerny's now on first. The first pitch swinging, Brancheski into left at the glove of the right fielder, Keenan Taylor, who barely makes the play. Misread it at first, but was able to keep his feet in front and make the play to strand 2 for Indiana. We head to the bottom of the first. No score, and the rubber match between Indiana and Purdue on WIUX.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew. This coming Monday in 2 days, that'll mark 2 weeks since the MLB draft, where we saw 3 Falmouth Commodores from this 2025 Doors team hear their names called. Good news, all 3 of them after 2 weeks have been signed, and they got some hefty signing bonuses. Caden Eschman going in round 12 got $175,000 to sign with the Cardinals. Robbie Porco in round 14 signing with the Dodgers got just below $150,000, around $147,500. And then signing above slot in the 17th round, Grayson Sagne going to Houston, he got $150,000. The top money making, though, Gavin Keelan from the 2024 Doors team. He went 13th overall, $5.2 million for his draft. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, nothing screams 4th of July more than baseball besides maybe hot dogs. And Falmouth first baseman Ken Schmidt sure brings hot dogs and baseball together. Last season at Georgia Tech, he was known for 2 things. 1, leading the ACC with a .397 batting average, and number 2, swinging this here hot dog baseball bat. He went viral for it on social media multiple times. It's the first thing you see when you look at his Twitter bio, and he's now got a sponsorship with 44 Pro Bats. He said it all started back when he was at a film session at Georgia Tech. His head coach was yelling at him for not being ready for a cutoff, and he said, "Don't be like Kent, just sitting around thinking about hot dogs." Well, a few weeks later, Kent came back with the custom 44 Pro Bats hot dog bat. Now, of course, here at Cape Cod, they can only swing wooden bats, and this is an aluminum bat. He did say a wooden bat company reached out and asked if he wanted a free custom hot dog wood bat. He said yes, but hasn't heard back yet. We'll have to get an update a little later. Back to you guys.
Ben Haller alongside first-year manager Jared Saltalamacchia. Coach, everybody knows about Jared Saltalamacchia, the player. 12-year career as a catcher in the MLB. You're a World Series champion. What can you tell us about what can we expect from Jared Saltalamacchia, the manager?
Well, I mean, I hope that I consider myself a player's manager. I understand how hard this game is. I understand this game's humbling. So, I want these kids to come out here and showcase their talents. Obviously, a lot of scouts here. These kids are playing at the highest level that they can play at in the amateur status. But their goal is obviously to get to the big leagues, and hopefully I can help them get there.
We talked to you beforehand just about after you retired from the MLB, you kind of knew pretty soon that you wanted to come back into coaching, and you said college kind of called to you. What makes coaching college so special, and also this league?
I think it's the elite caliber of players. At the high school level, you've got a lot of young talent, but it's a lot of kind of, teaching them, a lot of coaching, trying to kind of teach them how to be a man almost in a sense. Not that you don't do that at the college level as well, but you've got elite caliber players out here that all have the same common goal. They listen, they're open. All of them are just wanting you to, teach them something. So that really got me going. My 4th year out here. I've had a blast every year.
So you've been an assistant for 3 years. Now is your first year as a manager. One of the biggest parts of that role is getting guys to come and building that roster. What's maybe one or two of your biggest things mindset-wise into building a roster for the summer?
Mindset-wise is obviously a lot different when I first started to what it is now. There's always constantly moving parts. A lot of the kids with the portal, with the draft, a lot of kids, this is the best of the best out here. So they all want to come out here and play. So you almost don't have enough spots. It never fails. You got 30 kids, and then last week before you get here, you got 30 more phone calls of kids. So, I want to stay loyal to the guys that want to be here, but obviously I understand that they all have something they have to do. So constant moving parts, being able to adapt, adversity, that's the name of the game.
Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck opening day.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Caden Eschman, Connor Lynn, a shutout victory for Falmouth Commodores in opening day against the Chatham Anglers. I'll start with you, Caden. You got to start 4 innings, 8 strikeouts for you. What was working for you today?
Yeah, I mean, I just had all my pitches. They were all good. Could have executed a little better in some. Got behind a couple guys, but overall I thought it was pretty good. And obviously 8 strikeouts in 4 innings. Couldn't ask for too much more. But yeah, it's definitely stuff to take from and improve. But overall, it's a really good game.
Connor, efficiency was the name of the game for you. I think it was only 54 pitches in your 4 innings of work. No runs for you as well. Looks like you had the breaking ball working well.
Yeah, it was working well. Got ahead early with the fastball and just worked that breaking ball off of that, and it was working.
I'll have a question for both of you. You guys were college teammates a season ago at Northern Kentucky. I'll start with you, Caden. When you go 4 innings with a really good start like that, and then you see a teammate like that coming out in relief, how good does it feel to see him give you 4 innings?
Feels great. We have a thing in Northern Kentucky that we call mudita, just being happy for other people's success. Something we preach a lot, especially with the culture and the program there. So it's really good to see somebody like my teammate right there just go out there and do really good.
Connor, this is the top of the lineup here in Chatham. Very talented, a lot of success at the colleges for all their respective hitters. How much did that play into your mindset when attacking, or was that something you didn't really think about?
It's nothing I really think about. I just think about getting ahead early, obviously in the count, and using my stuff to my advantage, really.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Caden Eschman, Connor Lynn, co-players of the game. Back to you guys.